These are the plays that are going to make you the most money today. This is the Daily Profit brought to you by Linemaker Sports. In today's show, we're going to go through some of the highest probability plays in the NBA, and also we're going to go through yesterday's results and go over why the NBA is just so hard to pinpoint when it comes down to the last 30 minutes before they start. Let's go ahead and jump over the whiteboard and let's go through today's plays and also yesterday's results. All right, so let's talk about yesterday's plays right off the bat. All right, let's go ahead and talk about our first one that we had here. We had Desmond Bane to go under 33.5 PRA. All right, that one he came not really anywhere close on that one. All right, that was a pretty easy one. So we'll get a little check on that one. That one wasn't too much of a sweat. Our next one we had was Tyler Hero to go over 30 plus PRA. Yeah, this one got maybe a little shaky, but he ended up blowing past that one and they ended up going into overtime. So that one was actually pretty simple. It got a little sweaty in the fourth quarter because he needed one basket to get to 30, but he ended up surpassing that pretty easily. All right, the next one we had was Towns, Karl Anthony Towns, to go under 47.5 PRA. This game was a blowout. Cleveland absolutely blew out New York, so this one was never in doubt whatsoever. And then we paired that one with Jalen Brunson, to go under 43.5 PRA. And like I said, that was a blowout, so really no doubt in those. All right, so started out the night pretty hot for sure. All right, we started out pretty hot. And then we moved to CJ McCollum to go under 33.5 PRA. This one got a little sweaty in the fourth quarter because they were starting to jack up shots because they needed to try to, cut into the lead. And he was starting to hit some of his shots. In the first three quarters, he really didn't do much. McCollum didn't do too much. All right, and this looked like an easy win. He ended up with 27 PRA, I think. So got a little bit sweaty when he started jacking up shots towards the end, but we still ended up hitting that one. Now, to our last one that we had. And I kind of warned everybody in the group of this one as well. We had SGA to go over 40 plus. All right, PRA. He came up short on this one. Now, two reasons why he came up short on this. All right, blowout factor was something that you had to watch out for because they were going to blow out the team they were playing for sure. So you had to watch that as well. But not only that, is SGA has been playing absolutely well, and this is something that you have to know with the NBA. And when you're looking at player props and stuff. SGA was playing phenomenal when Chet Holmgren was hurt because most of the usage of everything was going through SGA. With Holmgren coming back, that disrupts his usage a little bit. So his numbers aren't as exactly accurate because when a player comes back that has a pretty big usage rate, and it's going to affect the other star player on the team for sure. And you can see that that's taken into effect. That's something in the NBA that you definitely have to watch out. You have to watch out for star players coming back to affect other star players and how their statistics go. Because you have to run the numbers pretty much with that other player coming back on the court. Because with that other player off the court, running those numbers gets you nowhere. All right, so not only did we kind of make a mistake with that, took a little bit of a gamble with SGA there, with a blowout factor and with Chet Holmgren playing too as well. Now you live and you learn, all right? You know exactly what to look for in the next pretty much scenario when it comes to that. Now, one play that's not up here that we did end up having that we had to cancel was Giannis, all right? This one was a bit crazy. This is why I was trying to say at the beginning of this video. The NBA is very weird and frustrating at points, all right? So Giannis at the beginning of the day, we actually had Lillard on the show too. We had Lillard, so for the Milwaukee Bucks, Lillard ends up sitting, 2 hours before the game, they announce he's going to end up sitting. Giannis looks like he's going to take over and absolutely dominate the whole entire game because he gets a full lot of minutes, he's obviously going to just surpass any PRA number that you put in front of him. Well, then they put the minutes restriction on him. Now he can only play 20 plus minutes. Playing like 24 minutes is what they put the limit on him for. So then that disrupts your PRA number. You got to cancel your bet. You have to bail out. You can't even do it. The NBA does get frustrating at times, but you have to be able to navigate, and you got to pay attention. As long as you're paying attention and you know how to navigate certain things, you'll be fine. Now, like I said, last night was pretty good. All this stuff was for free for everybody. All right? If you were on the 7-day trial, you got all this stuff for free. So if you guys want that free 7-day trial, make sure you click the link in the description, because you can get the same results probably today. All right? Today should be no different today. There should be actually some NHL stuff as well, because today there's going to be some NHL that's coming back. So now we're back in full swing here. Now is the time to get everything going once more. All right? We took a little NBA, NHL break. Now that's out of the way. But now let's get into actually rolling and really getting going. All right? But yesterday we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. All right? 5 and 1 yesterday. Pretty good day. You live and you learn. All right? We got to learn from our mistakes. Got to see. Should have looked at SGA with Chet Holmgren and seen that his averages are nowhere near close to that with Holmgren on the floor. But that is the things you have to do. That's how you have to navigate, and that's how you learn how to identify certain players. Now let's go ahead and talk about today's play. Now before we get to today's play, I do want to discuss, again, the F-bomb streak that we're rolling with here. All right? F-bomb streak is still undefeated. All right? We're 70-13. Now that Giannis play was going to end up being an F-bomb yesterday, but it ended up canceling it out because of the minutes restriction. Luckily, we found that out, because if you didn't find that out, you were absolutely screwed. So 70-13, still haven't lost an F-bomb, like I said, this year. Those are the 75% plays and above, okay? Like I said, if you guys want access to these, a free 7-day trial, click the link in the description. That way you guys can try it out, see if it's for you or not. It's that simple, all right? You literally are one click away from actually winning in sports betting, all right? I don't normally do that 7-day trial stuff, but I'm giving everybody an opportunity just to see what it's like, because you can see exactly what it is to be on the winning team, and then you join everybody else that's in the comments saying, oh, like, we're on the team and we're killing it and everything like that. You actually get to see that. So people that joined yesterday and the day before, guess what? You guys got to see exactly what that was like. Now, let's go ahead and talk about something that's very important as well. Not just the F-bomb stuff, all right? But when it comes to certain areas where people can't get certain PRA lines and what you can do, okay? What you can do is you can same game parlay one player on a PRA number. Now, what you have to do, though, is this is very important to make sure you understand this. You can individually do a same game parlay with the points, rebounds, and assists separately and put them together. But you have to understand what the percentage is of that hitting combined, okay? If you just literally do a Google search for percentages calculator, you can see exactly what it is when you put 3 PRA numbers together and what the percentage of that same game parlay is that's hitting. Because sometimes people have access to certain books that don't have the certain PRA number. So what it looks like is what you would do is, for example, we'll just use like Giannis, for example. All right, so let's say we did 20 plus points, 8 plus rebounds, and you go 4 plus assists. All right, I'm just throwing numbers out there. This isn't exactly what the number would be and what it would look like. But this is what you need to make sure of, that this right here has a 90% at least probability. This right here has 90 or above, and this right here has at least 90 or above, okay? Because when you have a solid base of 3 plays that have 90 plus probability of hitting, you put those all together, then you're going to have a solid probability same game parlay. This is the only time that this is viable for you to be able to do this type of stuff, because sometimes you can't get the exact PRA number that gives you the highest probability because you don't have access to a sports book, you're using offshore accounts and stuff like that. But you can do this, okay? But you have to make sure that the 3 options that you have crazy high percentage, because you have to. This can't be 70%, 80%, and 70%. This can't be, okay? Because then the odds that you're going to get for this are not going to be good, not going to match up. You're not going to get a value. You're not going to get no value with that, okay? Putting all that together is going to be still like a 55-60% chance of that hitting. At least here, when you have a stat that's 90+% across the board at each stat, then you can actually get a high percentage for a same game parlay. So that's the only other way that you can manipulate this certain stuff if you don't have access to the certain PRA numbers. Now, I get a lot of comments where people are saying, listen, I have prize picks, I have underdog, I have all these like prize picks and parlay apps and stuff like that. If you have those apps, you have access to offshore books as well. Okay, so Bet Online, BetUS, Rebet, Fliff, Bovada. That's for offshore people. For people that don't have access to FanDuel, DraftKings, BetRivers, Ballybet, ESPN Bet, you can use offshore books. Okay, because offshore books still give you an opportunity to do some of this. So you can't do this stuff with prize picks and underdog. Reason why is because you can't alternate the props on prize picks and underdog. You can alternate them a little bit, but none of it is going to give you any type of value. That's why those companies make so much money, because the lines that they're giving you are all negative edge. They're all negative edge. All right, so understand that if you're struggling to find the certain numbers, listen to what I just told you right there. This is an option for you of what you can do if you can't find the number that has the highest probability for the PRA. You could always try this out. And I actually made a whole YouTube video on this as well, so you guys can check that out. It's called the NBA 70+% parlay strategy. And this is the only time parlays are even somewhat in the realm of me speaking of them, is when we're focusing on one player. We're not mashing a bunch of stuff together and hoping for a lottery play. Okay? But that's the only time this is viable. All right, so now let's get to today's play. We're going to do another one shot, one kill here, all right? What we are going to go with is Devin Booker to go over 34.5 PRA. Again, this is an alt line. All right, this is an alt line. He has a 61% probability for this to happen. He's going against the second worst versus shooting guards. All right, so we have a decent probability, not the best. We got a great matchup though, for sure. And the number is definitely obtainable for Devin Booker as long as he has a good shooting day. Now, this is something that comes across sometimes when I give you guys a free play and it looks like this. You guys go look at the odds, and obviously you see the odds that are like in that 250 range or 270 or whatnot. And you ask me and you say, well, if we do that with this number here, that's a negative edge. Isn't that correct when it comes to true probability? Well, what I'm showing you guys here is the top layer of things. You still have to do some more research other than this, all right? And if you do want to learn how to do that, and you want to learn exactly how to do the deeper research, and the reason why I'm giving you certain plays like this, make sure you guys click the link in the description, because you have to go a little bit deeper into a play to find the true percentage. This is the top layer percentage right here, but his true percentage hint is a little bit higher than this. All right, so that's where you can create your edge at, but you have to be able to find that out. I can't just explain that plain and simple here, all right, because it's unfair for a lot of people. But like I said, if you guys want that, make sure you guys click the link in the description. If you guys want the picks, 7-day trial in the description, click the link for that. All right, back to what we were talking about. Devin Booker over 34.5 alternate PRA line. All right, another thing that a lot of people say in the comments too is you'll look at your sports book that you find and you'll see something that says like minus 400 or something, or minus 450. Well, guess what? Maybe your sports book is not the sports book you should be betting it at. You should be finding which one has the lowest number. Which one has the lowest number? Because one sports book could have like something like this, while the other one has something like that. All right? You have to be able to line shop. That's 101. All right? That's 101 stuff, being able to line shop. And like I said, I've made plenty of videos just on that for you guys to be able to understand how important line shopping is. So understand that when you are looking for this certain play, look for the best number possible, because you will see some crazy different odds across the board. You will. Now, obviously, if you're betting a minus 400, yeah, that's not going to be worth it at this, right? But you find odds like this could be worth it. So make sure you understand how important it is to line shop as well. But again, Devin Booker over 34.5 PRA alternate line. We got a great matchup for him today. Should be a decently high-scoring game, so it should give him some opportunity to get some shots up. We need him to score. He's a guy that you got to get a lot of points from to be able to hit that PRA. So as long as he scores and Kevin Durant doesn't steal the show from him, then we should be all right here. We have a decent probability. But like I said, you go and look a little bit deeper into this, he's got a better opportunity than that. All right, as always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next show. Till then, I'm out.